If you're watching this video, you're either thinking about starting a detailing business, you've already been in the game for a while, but you feel stuck. Or maybe you tried everything, Facebook ads, Google ads, giving your clients discounts, but nothing seems to work. Either way, this video is gonna be for you. So let me start with this. My name is Diego. I run a detailing business in Albuquerque, New Mexico 4 years ago with literally less than $500. No fancy van, no fancy equipment, no paid ads, and definitely no team. And today I've generated over 7 figures detailing cars, scaled to 8 to 10K weeks consistently, and now I don't have to touch a single car for my business to run. Now I've worked with dozens of detailers, scaling them past 10K, 20K, and even 30K months, most of them being in under 60 days. But none of that at all would have happened without what I'm about to show you now. If I had to start over in 2026 with no clients, no setup, no connections, this is exactly how I do it. This isn't some theory or recycled advice. This is actual real strategy that I use in my business. And all these strategies are things that you can implement right now. And guys, this is even if you're flat broke with no money for ads, you don't have money to build a website, you can still do all these things I'm about to share with you. So first off, how do you get your first clients from scratch? No one knows you, no one trusts you, and you probably don't have much money. If I could restart and I only had $500 to start my detailing business, I'd maybe spend $300 on tools, equipment, and products, literally just getting the bare minimum to deliver some decent results. And then I'd spend the other $200 on marketing, and I'd still make at least 5K that month. And here's how. Step one, you want to go with the inner circle method. DM, text, call, literally every single person you know. You don't want to pitch them from the start because you're going to come off as needy, salesy, and just annoying. People aren't going to want to bother with you. So what you do instead is you let these people know that you just started a detailing business. If you or anyone you know is in the need of a detail, let me know because I'm launching specials in the beginning to bring on more business. This is going to make your offer a lot easier to say yes to. You're going to build trust a lot faster because you're not just asking straight up for money. And I guarantee you, if you do this consistently enough and with enough people, you'll get your first 15 to 20 clients doing this. In step two, you want to treat these first jobs like your life depends on it. Why is that? Because from these first jobs, you're going to get as much content as possible. You're going to get every single person to leave you a 5-star review on Google. You could even get client and video testimonials. And of course, you want to try your very best and do your very best to sell maintenance plans from this first group of clients. You don't want to half-ass these first jobs. And I can't lie, guys, this was a mistake I made in the beginning because I was booking so many jobs when I first started by using this method and by posting on social media. I took all these clients for granted and I could have done a 110% job. Instead, I did a 90% job and I didn't get repeat clients. I didn't ask them for reviews. I definitely didn't make as much content as I should have. I lost out on a huge opportunity early on that all you guys could capitalize on. You want to treat each and every one of these jobs like the client is paying you $1,000 minimum. And I guarantee you it'll pay off. Next, in the beginning, you want to think out of the box because guys that have been doing this for years, they have super solid Google dominance. Their SEO is amazing. A lot of them are now catching on to social media, so they have pretty good social presence. You want to think and go to places where people aren't. And that's by building real relationships with real local businesses. That means getting up out of your house, off your ass, and going to talk to real business owners. I'm talking businesses like tint shops, wrap shops, auto body shops, custom wheel shops, even barber shops. You could even do gyms or real estate offices. Anywhere where your ideal clientele is going to be spending money and spending time. You don't even have to do anything crazy. You could just walk in, talk to an owner or a manager, let them know that you're running a mobile detailing business here in town. I just want to ask if I could leave a stack of flyers or cards for your customers, and I'll be willing to offer them a discount for them coming through your business. I'm telling you, one solid relationship with one really good business can land you 25 plus clients every single month from one source. Dealerships are great as well. That's a huge one that helped me in the beginning. Now, outside of local referral programs, your second lead gen source is going to be through Facebook. You don't just want to go on here and post a bunch of picture ads with a bunch of offers and discounts. You want to show the kind of work you're actually capable of doing and not just before and after pictures like everyone does. Everyone's seen that and no one really cares. Anyone can replicate that. What people want to see is the real process behind the transformation. They want to see the work that goes into it, the process, what tools you're using, what products you're using, the time you're actually spending on each and every one of these details. That's what gets people attention and interested enough to go from a viewer to someone who's actually going to book a detail. When you think of posting content on any platform, you want to think of it as creating some type of an emotion for the viewer. Now, here's the thing, guys. You think just because someone starts a business, they're going to put 110% effort into it. But in fact, you're completely wrong. It's the opposite. Yeah, there's new detailing businesses popping up left and right. It feels crazy oversaturated. It feels like everyone and their mom is doing it. But starting is the easy part. Actually putting focus and attention into the right places. One, people don't know where to start. And two, they're too lazy to even execute. So if you just put in an extra 10% effort, you'd be super surprised on how big of an outcome you could get with that little input. So this is where 99% of detailers are losing. They simply just blend in with everyone else. They're posting interior and exterior details, DM me for availability. No one's gonna see that shit. No one cares. It's not going to book anything. So here's how you could actually become the go-to name in your market. You need to build a personal brand around your business. Use a unique and simple name, a clean and strong looking logo, and brand absolutely everything. From your shirts to your vehicle to social media, your website, everything needs to be in sync and recognizable. But most importantly, you need to share your journey with everyone. Show you getting your van ready, behind the scenes of a bad detail, talking about your goals, expanding your services. Stories are what sells these days, and it builds crazy amounts of trust in your market. Now, moving on, another thing I would do do from day one is learn how to perform high ticket services right from the jump. Those guys wait years, way too long to even learn paint correction and ceramic coating, let alone offer it to the public. Guys, I could tell you from experience, that's a terrible idea. Now, why is that? It's because they're a whole lot easier to sell than you would think. They're gonna instantly position you as a premium business, and you only need 3 to 5 of these jobs to make 3 to 5K a week on a consistent basis. Doesn't that sound a whole lot easier than doing a ton of disaster details for not nearly enough money and dealing with cheap clients? I know all you guys watching this, you don't want to do that. So I'm telling you, you even want to begin to offer these services even if you've never done one. Now here's why. If someone inquires or reaches out about one of these, guess what? You can learn on your car, your parents' car, your friend's car. You could document the process, and you could literally become a certified coating installer in less than a week. And learning machine polishing is super easy as well. And I know you're thinking, but what if I mess up? What if I damage a car? Yes, of course, that risk is always going to be there. It's always going to be there even for the guys who've been doing it for 5, 10, 20 years. But of course, you're not going to perform this on an actual client's car until you feel confident in yourself. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is just by starting. Now, another way I see tons and tons of guys go wrong again and again is by not setting up a Google and a website presence from the start. And I can't lie, this was something I did from the beginning as well. All I had was a simple Calendly booking page, and I probably had that for the first 10 to 12 months of my business. I didn't get a single Google review. I didn't have a proper website set up. So the first thing you want to get set up from the jump is going to be your Google business profile. No, you don't need an LLC, you don't need business insurance, and you don't need a website to set this up. Anyone can do it. It takes 5 minutes, and make sure you always include an address, even if it's your home address. I promise you, no one's going to show up and bother you. Plenty of the guys do it. I did it before I had a shop. It just makes it a whole lot easier, and Google does not rank businesses unless you have an address attached to your business. I know it's annoying, but that's just how it is on Google. So you want to post images and updates on a daily basis. You want to get as many reviews as possible, and you want to add all your socials to it, of course, as well. And step 2, you want to build a website. And now, before you shit yourself and you get scared about building a website, guys, it has never been easier to create a website than now. All you have to do is go to bolt.new AI. All you have to do is prompt it. What does prompt mean? You literally tell it exactly what you want. It'll spit out a completely done for you website. On your website, you want to have pictures showcasing your work. You want to showcase all your reviews. You want to list your prices and packaging, and of course, all your contacts as well. Don't overthink SEO and all the back end work for now, because that's always something that can be done in the future. Don't think you have to perfect everything. Just get it out there so that people could see that you're a real established business, because people associate that with having a website. And that turns you from the guy who's riding around in his car with a bucket and some chemicals to a real local brand. The worst problem I see detailers have when they're starting out is analysis paralysis. They overthink everything, thinking everything has to be perfect without taking any action. And that's how you literally kill your business. In the beginning, it needs to be fed with absolutely everything. And the only way you do that is by taking action. Stop obsessing over your equipment, your products. No one cares what you use on their vehicle. If that's all you think about, you're going to stay broke. I can guarantee it. The things you need to obsess over is how to get booked, how to pitch maintenance plan, how to become amazing at sales, how to build a repeatable client flow. Marketing and branding is what prints money in a business, not your product selection. Now, another huge problem, and this is a huge problem that I face with a lot of my students, is really getting their sales skills down. And it's something that I struggled with a long time as well. But you need to understand that all objection handling is delaying the no and providing enough information and value to where that no becomes a yes. If someone says your prices are too expensive, compared to what? If someone says they need to think about it, find out what's actually holding them back, because there's not too much information that goes into a detail. I get a discount or a lower price. If price is your issue, then I'd rather create a package that fits your needs. And upsells, guys, this is something that's super, super important, and something a lot of you guys forget to do completely. Every single job, you should be pitching upsells. In fact, your booking page should have every single upsell listed so that you maximize your chances of getting them before even arriving on the job. And again, this is something people overthink like crazy. Upsells are not that deep. You don't have to have $1 million to begin with. You could start with some simple ones. Headlight restoration, engine bay detail, pet hair removal, spray sealants. All these things are things that you guys should be charging for. And I know a lot of you guys out there are probably including these in your packages already, which you shouldn't. Most of these take a whole lot more time and effort, and it's something you have to be charging extra for. And then another thing, retention. I know a lot of you guys out there are struggling with one-time clients. You book a job, you do the detail, and that's the last time you ever hear from that person again. And it's most likely not because you did a bad job. It's just because you're not making it easy enough and obvious enough for people to come back to you. The simplest and most cost-effective way to solve this is by just creating a simple loyalty card. I'll even leave the link to this in the description to the Canva. You go in, create a copy, and edit the design, adding your own logo, your own business information, your own contact information. And you can literally get these printed at Staples for 25 bucks. And then to add on to that, follow-up is huge as well. A lot of you guys probably don't do any follow-up whatsoever, and if you do, it's probably just a shit text. The best way to make a client feel like they're cared about is by actually calling them and having a real conversation with them, making sure that everything everything went good with the previous detail, asking if there's anything that was missed out on or could have been added on, and then most importantly, planting the seed for the next time for you to come back. It's not a hard game. It's quite simple. It's just those small inputs that you have to make for you to stand out in your market. If I was restarting my business in 2026 in a completely new market, I will literally go harder than ever, because right now the detailing market is bigger than it's ever been. People are way more aware of it, and people are way more willing to pay big bucks for your services. But at the same time, that means you have to play the game right, because there's so many more competitors. And if you guys are stuck doing 2 to 3, 4K a month detailing shit cars all day, I've been there before and I remember that exact feeling. It's absolutely brutal. But I promise you guys, the way out isn't by buying more equipment or making small tweaks to your business cards. It's by building a brand, a system, a marketing machine, high ticket offers, and client retention that can actually stick. And I can help you guys build all that. If you guys are interested, just DM me the word START on Instagram and I'll send over my 2026 detailing starter guide that has tools, pricing, scripts, setup ideas to hit that first 10K month way faster than I did. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit subscribe and leave a comment if this helped you guys out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.